The Daytona 500 on Fox is sponsored by Busch, the official beer of NASCAR. There's the limited edition Busch Car to Can that you can win throughout our coverage today.
Turn 2 is Calamity Corner in Daytona. Jamie McMurray was a late pile-in as Bubba Wallace got tangled up and put us under the second caution of the day. Kurt Busch. Watch the number 1, the black number 1, right of your screen.
Kurt Busch in 43. Not sure how this occurred.
So you can see he went up, side drop to 17. Oh, did he and the 17 touch a little bit here? Yes. It looked like Kurt thought he could get clear, get down in front of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Just wasn't quite there yet.
And Jamie McMurray in his final 500 could not avoid the 43 of Bubba Wallace.
Nope, he didn't know which way they were going to go, and he guessed wrong.
And Wallace with a bit of a shove there from Tyler Reddick.
Sends him right into the 1 of Kurt Busch. You know, I'd seen Kurt Busch making a bunch of moves. I think his car was actually working pretty well. He made one move trying to go a little bit further forward. Didn't work out for him. Got him behind. Yeah, you can see from Joe Logano's roof cam.
Go way up by the wall, way up by the wall, way up by the wall, way up by the wall. And one inside, you're clear, you're clear.
Good job.
I almost wonder if it wasn't the air that packs. We see this so often in these cars, how unstable they are in the rear, where it just puts a little air and packs it to that left rear as Kurt Busch was turning down. If that didn't start to get him sideways.
Ricky Stenhouse on his radio said he did not make contact.
I think we take a closer look, see if there's some contact here. I felt like there might be a little bit.
And I don't even know from this angle if we're going to be able to tell. I mean, it's so close. Now, right there, they definitely made contact. But I think prior to that, it looked to me like the air, there's so much force from that air at 200 miles per hour coming around the front bumpers of these cars. It's almost like taking two hands. Now, right there, look at that. I don't think I saw.
Well, that was late.
Where
I
they
think
touched.
Back that up a little bit. Pretty close.
Pit road is busy as the leaders come in. Regan. David Reagan alongside of the 11, Denny Hamlin.
It's one of those situations make go.
14 to go this time by. Still a lot of traffic ahead of those leaders, and those are good cars they're trying to lap.
They're great cars.
Not going to be easy ahead of that pack.
Boy, they're not coming. I thought for sure they were coming that time, the way that they sort of checked up from that group.
I think they used it. I think the discretion here.
Trouble, turn 1.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
In front of this whole group.
Parker Kligerman down on the inside, and that is Casey Mears.
How did all those cars make it through there? Oh, my goodness.
Caution.
All those cars coming up on these guys when Casey Mears had the issue and lost control.
Third time today, the caution has waived for an incident. There's Kligerman, who raced his way into the 500.
Kind of rubbing this. Something's been rubbing on his left rear there. He's rubbed all the Goodyear off of it. Obviously,
a lot of smoke from Casey Mears, number 27, the second Germain Racing car.
Although, Mike, I almost thought that it looked like the track bar might be broken on that 96 car, the way that rear end was moving around.
We'll have a look in progress. There was contact between the two. Around went Kligerman.
Yeah, just so hard to tell from that angle.
And with the leaders on rushing.
Well, that's what. Oh, yeah, right there. I don't know if the 27 of Mears came up, but the 96 of Kligerman came down, but definitely contact there going into turn 1.
I believe I might be wrong. We'll have to check and see, but it looked like maybe the rear end was moving that car, like a track bar broke.
Looks to me like Kligerman is the one that's not too happy about it.
Oh, yeah, come up here. I got something I want to show you.
Now a single file breakout as they work lap traffic.
And Michael,
8 cars in single file before the pack.
And what I see, you see William Byrne here. He's leading in a Chevrolet, but behind him, Johnson is 4th in a Chevrolet, and the rest of them are Fords. All the Fords at the front of the field right now.
Coming to 41 laps to go. Want to peel off early if you're coming, and some of them are.
Boy, a bunch of them did, but not our leader.
Whoa! Car goes around in the trial. They spin, sliding out of control. B.J. McLeod brings out the caution. Stenhouse has wrecked on pit road with Tyler Reddick. Another car is sitting littered in the grass. And we're under caution. That is the 52. That's Cody Ware.
I think Reddick got the left rear tire of Jimmy Johnson, and then Jimmy couldn't get in his pit stall.
That's one of the most difficult things in the world to do, is running 200 miles an hour and try to get on pit road under green conditions.
You can see Stenhouse too close to the pit wall. I don't know if they're going to even be able to get the left side up on that car.
Tyler Reddick out of the Xfinity Series, involved in that. We're going to watch the red number 52 of Cody Ware and B.J. McLeod in the 51 coming into frame here at the top. And there's Tyler Reddick. All of them in their first 500 start, and moves on.
Yeah, and I just wonder if McLeod was trying to get woed up, and I think Cody Ware had no idea he was coming to pit road.
And you're right, Jimmy Johnson did get collected in that. 3 drivers, Daytona 500 rookies get piled up here.
Yeah, again, Cody Ware just right on the rear bumper of the 51 of McLeod, and just got in the back of him and turned him into that group.
That took the whole left rear quarter panel off Jimmy Johnson's car.
And these are cars that are slowing down, trying to get a pit road.
48 there at the bottom.
Yeah, here comes Tyler Reddick, gets turned sideways. His right rear quarter panel. Man, what an incredible shot, seeing the debris. You can see the rear bumper of the 48 is stuck in the deck lid of that.
Reddick's car
31.
Came into Johnson's like a cheese grater and just took the whole. Look what's left.
There you go.
I mean, this is big trouble because they're going to have a hard time putting fuel in it. They've got to make those repairs. That's pretty heavy damage.
B.J. McLeod picks up a bunch of turf, and because of the position of the stopped cars, pit road is going to remain closed here for this.
We had talked about how William Byron was behind the 20 there of Eric Jones when he had his problem. Well, he was in 3rd, 4th position all the way back now in 25th position. And look at this. We've been talking about this all week. They've been side by side all day long, but previous races single file in the top lane. Why did they choose 20 to go, DW, and now do it?
Yeah, we're setting up for the finish.
Lock it down, lock it down.
Kyle Larson.
Wow.
It's been a bad week.
Kyle Larson. Hasn't been a good week at all.
2 more cars coming.
That car has just not been very competitive this week.
Left rear up.
Larson was running 18th. There was no contact with another car.
Mike, I think he'd been hanging on that thing all day long. I don't know if anybody got into him or not, but it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't, because he just hadn't had a very good car. So we see what happened here.
See Larson, I believe, right in this area.
Yeah, that's him.
I think that they're either a tire started going. That looks to me like maybe a left rear tire started going down.
Jeff, I saw tire debris out from behind the car as he went to the bottom lane.
He was trying to get out of the way.
Ooh, baby.
I mean, honestly, for where that happened and what happened, he did a pretty nice job of not tearing that car up a lot worse.
Well, he's had a lot of practice today of almost spinning it out, so that helped.
Jimmy Johnson gets the free pass for the 2nd time in a row. Look at that left rear on Larson. Does that look down?
I think it is, because all the littering's off of it. I think that's what he was doing. Yeah, and you see the car start to get loose right here, turn left, or turn right.
Obviously made contact with maybe somebody's right front fender or right side, because that's why that Goodyear has gone off the left rear and ended up probably cutting the sidewall. Oh yeah, you can hear it come apart.
Yeah.
42 spinning here on the inside. Caution's going to be out. Caution is going to be out.
William Byron among those pitting under this caution. Denny Hamlin has chosen the outside lane against Kyle Busch for what could be the final restart. Green flag.
That's rather optimistic, Mike. These guys wadded up like this. We're talking about the Daytona 500 Great American Race. I don't think she's over yet, brother.
Come on, D. It's not the Debbie Downer 500.
Oh, no. It's going to be incredibly crazy.
Yes.
Denny Hamlin has to go up and put a block on Matt DiBenedetto to keep that Toyota behind him. Here comes Kyle Busch with a push from Boyer on the inside.
Oh, no, DiBenedetto! And everybody!
Good.
Oh, no.
Are you kidding me? This is big. Wow. But it.
Boy, it just reminds me of the Clash. Same type of carnage that we saw where these cars were going everywhere. A lot of damage as they all got to turn 3.
Well, that ruined everything.
I mean, sometimes I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
You know, there's just those feel-good stories that build in a race. And, boy, Matt DiBenedetto was doing such an amazing job.
Oh, man, I tell you what.
So let's go to the Goodyear blimp as drivers climb out or try to make their way back to pit road. And look at the outside lane, DiBenedetto and Paul Menard.
Yeah, Paul Menard giving a pretty nice push down the back straightaway to DiBenedetto. Gets to his right rear. Oh, yeah, that just starts to turn him a little bit.
Got him in the right rear.
And then he collects Menard.
Yeah.
Logano just misses it, but the whole outside lane and half the inside pile up.
And this is exactly what we were just talking about. At this stage in the race, you can start to taste victory in the Daytona 500. You want to see that checkered flag, and you'll do anything to get it, and you know you've got to be more aggressive with those bump drafts.
It looks exactly like the Clash. I mean, all those cars, third turn, all those cars wadded up, sliding up the track with sparks flying. And it's so much like the Clash.
That is the 17th of February, looking way too much like the 4th of July.
Amen.
Fireworks everywhere.
Yeah, and it really and truly, it was Paul Menard. He gave DiBenedetto a little shove, but it was on the outside, on the right side, and that just turned DiBenedetto in the outside wall, and then it was on from there.
And a different situation than we saw in the clash between Menard and with Jimmy Johnson, but it was a similar thing when we heard the spotter on the 21, Menard say, well, he zigged and we zagged.
And in this case, Menard told his team on the radio, I just bumped him a little too hard.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? It's the end of the race. You're trying to help that guy. You're trying to help DiBenedetto. You're not trying to wreck him, but just bad judgment. Look at that 10 car.
Almirola's number 10.
Look at David Reagan underneath the 10 of Almirola.
David Reagan, see what springs he's running. Look at that.
All those sparks flying. Man, amazing shots.
And all Almirola wanted was a chance to win it on the last lap.
Yeah, well, he didn't
like last year.
Didn't quite get there. Close.
And I got to believe our two leaders right now, Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin, were really wanting and hoping to have another Toyota there and DiBenedetto to help them pull off this victory today. Going to be a little bit tougher for them to hold off those Fords, and some Chevys are moving up also.
Amazing camera work by our Fox Sports crew. You're riding with Joey Logano.
Just a 12, no run. Keep on, no. Keep coming, you're inside, keep coming, come on, get away from me.
Just one too many pushes there, Mike, is what I saw.
Kyle Larson.
Second in front, check up. Nothing behind us. Okay, lock it down. Come right back to the top. Keep it rolling. Come to the top.
Well, I'm not sure. Okay, here's Austin Dillon's view.
Still middle of three here. Spinning here. Now we're in.
Ouch.
Martin Truex.
Ooh.
Going to say, I'm not sure which list graphics is putting together, the cars involved in the wreck or the cars that missed it. We'll find out when we come back. Huge pileup near the end of the Daytona 500. From the Harley Earl Trophy 1 year ago to the sledgehammer tonight. That's Austin Dillon's night.
Oh my gosh.
Coming off the top rope onto that hood.
Boy, I can relate. I won 3 of these things, but I had the sledgehammer a whole lot more than that.
All right, Kyle Busch, what does he do to win this race?
Well, we see right here he chose the outside. They had talked about it on the radio, so he's going to, his best bet, get a big jump on Denny Hamlin, get down in front of him. But Clint Bowyer is the last guy that wants to let that happen. He wants to split these Toyotas up.
I see a little more damage on the left rear of that 22 car than I thought he had. I don't know if that'll hurt him or not, but he's a guy to keep an eye on.
Green, green, green.
Perfectly executed. Nice start by the 18.
Hey, don't count the 34 car out either. Michael McDowell, he's pretty good on these restrictor plate tracks. He's setting in a pretty good spot.
And he's got help. Joey Logano giving him a push. McDowell in the 34.
Well, because Denny Hamlin laid back there a little bit to let his teammate get out in front of him, that opened up the door on the outside for the 34. And don't look now, 22 of Joey Logano. I don't care if he has damage or not. Oh, he's going to turn the 30. Oh, man, he almost turned the 34 McDowell.
Great save by McDowell. Now, here we go. They wrecked again.
Larson and Stenhouse. You won't believe how Ryan Preece shot the gap and got through there. I can't believe it.
Well, you know what I can believe? They wrecked again. I can't believe that.
We'll have a great view of that, Mike, with that visor cam on Ryan Preece.
There's your leader.
Now
there's your second, third, fourth, fifth place.
This is the question now. Did McDowell get ahead of the 11?
Artie, don't you dare give me another shot of that full moon. I'm over it.
Oh, God.
From the Goodyear blimp.
We saw this, the last wreck that happened. The 22 and the 34 are bump drafting there. The 22 hooks him a little bit, but actually this wreck ended up happening because the 17 of Stenhouse dove to the middle. There really wasn't much of a hole there. Collects the 42 of Larson, the 4, knocks the 4
Kevin Harvick,
Kevin
he goes
Harvick
up the hill, hits the wall, and here comes the 13, gets into the 2, spins him around. Holy smokes. I thought the truck race that night, they had 6 trucks or 7 that were running at the finish. I thought, I'd never seen anything like that until now.
Pfizer cam, Ryan Preece, this is the roof cam. Look at this.
Check up, check up, check up, check up, check up.
Woo! Hey, that's some modified driving right there.
Now watch Stenhouse here. He sees a small, tiny gap that really wasn't there.
Nope.
Pushes the 4 of Kevin Harvick to the infield. Turns around Kyle Larson. His buddy, by the way, Kyle Larson.
I don't know. I don't think he got any buddies right now. Lordy, lordy.
The blue car, Stenhouse,
Bam, bam.
Larson just get together. Oh, and oh, by the way, there's our pole sitter, William Byron, in the 24. He just drives right through it. Wow.
Man.
How did he do that?
He missed that wreck.
I don't know.
Don't count him out. That left rear, they did a nice job fixing the left rear damage from that previous wreck.
What did young William have to say?
Hey, the Thunder right there. Good gracious, we still got a chance, man. Tires are good, right? I think so, yeah.
Hey.
They're fine.
I want to look at the back of that car.
Man.
Days of Thunder right there. It's Tom Cruise on line 2.
Lordy, lordy.
Yeah, and the reason he did that, Jeff, they had conversation between the spotter Tony Hirschman and crew chief Adam Stevens, and it was all about who was in row 2, who would be pushing Kyle, and then potentially who would he have to hold off to win the race. He didn't prefer to have Logano behind him to have to beat Logano at the finish. He felt like Logano was cagey enough to do it, so he chose McDowell behind him.
I always heard with 5 to go, it was every man for himself. I thought that was kind of team orders, but it may have changed.
Well, Adam Stevens told us that during that red flag.
2 to go. Green flag. Kyle Busch. Here comes Hamlin on the outside.
Oh, this makes me so nervous.
Logano, he's coming. He's gonna definitely make a run at this thing.
The last 3 Daytona 500s have been decided by a last lap pass.
Now, I was going to say, I didn't see an advantage until that just happened right there. Now 3 wide, 2 rows back, 3 rows back. Oh, Bowyer gets turned. Looked to me like he came up just a little bit too early on McDowell.
Oh, my gosh.
And William Byron's luck runs out.
Get through that one.
What memo did we not get? I mean, this is crazy. Well.
And the Joe Gibbs Toyotas lead them across the line.
Might be a process of elimination here.
We're going to NASCAR overtime as William Byron gets set to climb out. Chase Elliott comes around. We will have a green flag, a white flag, and hopefully a checker. It'll be a 2-lap shootout to finish the Daytona 500.
Well, we're going to have
cars remaining.
Yeah, we're going to have a checkered flag. I just don't know when.
Clint Boyer's radio.
You okay, man? Yeah, I went for it. Sorry.
There's Bowyer.
Great move right here. Side drafts the 34, McDowell, and 24. Gets them too wide. They stall out. Here's where he comes off that yellow line just a little bit too early. I don't know if the air on the right side brought him up or if he just decided to try to get up in front of him, but just a little bit too early in front of McDowell in the 34. Ooh, big hit. Right there. 0-0 landing Castle to the side door of William Byron.
Well, let's ride with Ryan Preece because you won't believe this, chapter 2.
Keep it coming there. Stay with that 14. He's rolling there. 3 wide. Just 3 wide. Stay down. Stay down. All right. You're good. You're good. You're good. Stay.
Now somebody's got some luck on his side, or
Chase Elliott.
Skill.
3 wide. 2 wide. Back to 3. Oh, we're wrecking again. We had such a run going.
Oh, William took 2 hard hits to the driver's side door. One from Clint Bowyer, and then the next one later by Landon Castle.
Kyle Larson's view.
I love it. He's all the way down to 2nd gear.
Gosh. Oh, my Lord. I'd like to explain all this to you, but there really isn't an explanation for it.
I just wish Bowyer could stay down on that yellow line. That was going to put him in such a great position.
Jimmy Johnson in the 48.
You know, Bowyer was not a happy camper about where he had to restart. And, of course, he was trying to get back to where he was. He was running 3rd. He almost made it.
Now, to establish that restart order, NASCAR freezes the field on the caution, goes back to the last scoring loop where everyone was running prior to the moment of caution. That's how they reset the order. The 20, Eric Jones.
Ooh,
shoots
boy,
through.
He did just thread the needle there. Barely made it through.
Let's ride along.
Oh, man, the gates just parted. I mean, everything opened up. He went right through.